guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to replace a hose bib vacuum breaker. The hose bib vacuum breaker is this brass piece that's designed to prevent backflow. However, this one leaks and it's only a few months old, which is quite unfortunate. There's a set screw that's snapped off after installation, which is designed to make it impossible to remove, but luckily you can remove these without damaging the hose bib. So the first step is to use a reciprocating saw to cut a slot right there, as I'm doing. You want to cut parallel to the pipe and be very, very careful. Do not cut into the hose bib. If you scratch the thread slightly, it's not the end of the world because the hose bib uses the washer to seal rather than the threads themselves, but still you want to avoid cutting into the hose bib itself as much as possible. After cutting the slot, you can use a large screwdriver to try to force apart the two halves of the vacuum breaker. Some longer hose vacuum breakers like this one can be tricky to remove, so I'm just cutting the front off the vacuum breaker. The front is right after the air vent holes, and I'm just cutting that off with a reciprocating saw. Now I'm using my screwdriver again to snap the two halves of the vacuum breaker apart, and this time I heard a small click, which lets me know that the metal actually broke, and now I can go back with a pair of water pump pliers to unscrew the vacuum breaker. Snapping that thing in half just makes it easier to unscrew because it takes the tension off the threads and the set screw. Now, after removing the vacuum breaker, I can check the threads to make sure that there's not too much damage. A few small scratches or even a small nick is okay, but if you cut all the way through the threads, unfortunately you'll have to get a new hose bib. Now I can screw on a garden hose to test to make sure there's no leaks. If your code requires them, you do need to install a new vacuum breaker. If your code doesn't require them, then there's no real point to have one and you can just use your hose bib normally. And yeah, this is the vacuum breaker after removal. I had to cut it apart. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.